In today's Capit Explains, we're looking at Section 3, question number 10 from our SAT Big Blue Book. You can find this on page number 1231 of your Big Blue Book. Let's read it together. It first gives us a function, g of x equals ax squared plus 24. For the function g, defined above, a is a constant and g of 4 equals 8. What is the value of g of negative 4? The SAT really enjoys discussing functions, so we want to make sure we're comfortable with these questions when we approach the test. So let's see. I'll start with the easiest thing to deal with, which is g of 4 equals 8. Now, I say this is easy, but a lot of you may be looking at it unsure exactly what to do with this setup. Well, let's see. With a 4 inside the parentheses, I'm basically replacing my x up here with my 4 down here. And that's exactly what I'll do with my equation over here. If g of 4 is what I'm given, I'm going to change this ax squared into the a4 squared plus 24, of course. What that's equal to, unsurprisingly, is the equals 8 right over here. So let's just remind ourselves of how that goes. Whatever is inside the parentheses gets plugged in for x, and whatever we're setting equal to gets set equal to. Now I can go to work. 4 squared is 16, so this becomes 16 times a plus 24 equals 8. I'm not really sure where I'm going, but it looks like I might want to solve for a. 16 times a equals negative 16. Subtract 24 from both sides. A equals negative 1. Now be careful. We did perfect work up until now, but we don't want to ruin it by picking choice C. That would be an RTFQ choice. The question's not asking for what A equals, it's asking for this. Now we should know what to do here. We just prepared ourselves for this exact situation. Remember we said, whatever's inside the parentheses, we plug in for x. So let's do the same thing here. We have negative 4 inside the parentheses, so let's substitute that in for x. I marked this as a, but I actually know what a is now. A is negative 1. So let's erase that and replace that a with a simple negative 1. Now I can solve for this g of negative 4. That's negative 1 times 16 plus 24. That's negative 16 plus 24, which gives me a final answer of 8. Choice A is my correct final answer. I want you guys to be pretty good tackling these function questions, because questions exactly like this show up on the SAT a lot. Remember, our most important rule, what goes into the parentheses gets substituted for x.
What goes into the parentheses gets substituted for x.
One last thing I'll mention. Since it gave us that g of 4 equals 8, the only thing we changed was the sign, g of negative 4. Because all we do with this 4 is plug it in for x, the difference between 4 squared and negative 4 squared is actually nothing. 4 squared is 16, and negative 4 squared is also positive 16. So it's not surprising that these two gave me exactly the same answer. Because of that, I didn't even need to do any of this work. Still, I want you to be comfortable with all of this magic because it will come up on harder SAT questions in the future. Good luck, everyone. Remember your function rules.